Welcome to Alma's recipe, to Alma's kitchen. Today we are going to cook guisado de puerco con chile, a little spicy, so vamos a empezar. You need 4 pounds of boneless pork, 4 chiles pastillas, 6 red tomatoes, really well done red, half an onion, 1 chile jalapeno, and 1 chile serrano. Half a tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 4 allspice, half a teaspoon of cumin, 1 cup of water, and 4 garlic. The first part that we are going to start is chopping our pork like small pieces. And I'm gonna take a little bit of grease. Doesn't have a lot, but I'm just, well, this does not much, so this I can leave it. But not too big, not too small. That's the first part that we should do. Here's this one. This one has a lot more fat, so I'm gonna remove it. So I'm not gonna use that. You can leave it if you want to, but I'm just gonna remove it. And we are using meat that doesn't have a lot of bones, but if it has, you can just leave it. Like you can sometimes pork shoulder does have some. This be plenty big. So I'm done cutting my meat. Like you see, kind of good size up. And I remove this fat, so I'm not gonna use this fat. I'm just gonna remove it. So I'm just gonna put my meat in my pan. So I just finished cleaning my cardboard. Make sure when you cut meat or anything, just make sure you clean it up so all the germs don't get into here. And I'm gonna just use half an onion. Just cut it here. Okay, and I'm just gonna use this one and put it in here. Add 2 garlics, half a tablespoon of salt, and I'm just gonna add 1 cup of water. So I'm gonna put it in medium heat. I'm gonna make sure just the water went all the way to the bottom so it doesn't get stick, because we're not gonna use a lot of water. We're just gonna cook it in there. The meat will release some juice, so we're gonna cook it in medium heat. And I'm just gonna cover for 20 minutes, and I think in 20 minutes just stop boiling, so we're gonna come and then lower the heat. So that's gonna be in medium heat, and we're gonna keep moving along. So I have my meat going. The meantime I have my meat going, I'm gonna roast my tomatoes. I already rinsed it up. So just gonna cut this part and this one too. So I'm gonna do the same to every single one, and I'm gonna use this one, so I'm gonna cut this one also and this one too. And I'm just gonna bring everything to my pot. The tomato should be done like between like 20 minutes, but in those 20 minutes we're gonna have to come and flip it around. I'm gonna also cover so they can cook all the way through. So we are going to move to roast our chiles pastillas, and I'm gonna do 2 at a time. Remember, if you don't have any gas and you have electric stove, you can do it in a pan just like we do these ones, but with no lid. This one should be done pretty quickly. So I'm gonna flip this one. As you can see, they already start changing colors. This is done. As you can see, it already has changed all colors. So I'm gonna put it in my bag so I can put it to sweat. We're gonna do the same with these ones. And in the meantime, I'm gonna flip these ones around. Also turn this one too. This is done, and also this is done too. So I'm just gonna put it in my bag, and I'm gonna just turn on my stove. What I'm gonna do, so they can make it very easy, so I'm gonna just close this one really well. So now that I have my chiles over here on my back, another trick that I have learned, if I just put it like that and cover like that to preserve the heat, it was pretty easy to peel. So I'm gonna check my meat, and my meat's been cooking for like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna just come in and move it a little bit. It's almost getting ready to boil. We'll cover it back in there. I'm gonna also check my tomatoes. I'm gonna flip my tomatoes, and this time I'm gonna just lay them down like that, and I'm gonna also turn up my chili, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna just cover. My meat's been cooking for 20 minutes. As you can see, that I already bring it to boil, and you see all these bubbles. So I have it in a medium heat. If I leave it like that, it's gonna all spill, so we don't want that. So to this point, I'm just gonna open it up, and I'm gonna just gonna stir it, and that's what we want. We don't put a lot of water because we are just gonna cook in their juice. This one is gonna release juice, so that's totally cool. To this point, the only thing that we need to do is to lower the heat, and the meat should be cooking. It should be done between another 40 minutes. So I'm gonna just cover it back in there, and I'm gonna lower the heat very low because every stove is a little different. The only thing we wanted to do or to see is the meat will still boil. So I can try to I can put it to 2, but some still they don't have any numbers, and some they a little bit flames a little lower and higher. So the tip that I give you here, just make sure it's boiling. How do you know it's boiled? Like if you come close here, that's what we wanted to see. This is boiled, but it's now also splashing all over. That's what we not want. My tomatoes and my chili have been roasting for 20 minutes. As you can see, they already all roasting, so the skin has come out, and there's my chili. So what I'm gonna do, because my meat's still gonna be cooking for a little while, I'm just gonna turn it off and just leave it there. So my meat has been cooking total for 1 hour. The oil, you see, has plenty juice, and as you can see, the meat is already like soft. I'm just gonna turn it off and let it cool down for 10 minutes. I'm still gonna leave it covered. So my chili's already cooled down because I roasted just when I start cooking my meat. So as you know, I've been cooking my meat for already 1 hour. So my chilies are really cold, so that's much better than peeling when they're hot. So I'm just gonna put it here. It's really easy to peel. So we're gonna do the same thing for every single one. And it's much easier when it's cold. So after I'm done peeling all my chilies, you see they look beautiful now. I'm just gonna open it in half right here. And we're just gonna remove the seeds. You can do it with a knife. Got them right here. So it has a little seed that's just, and this is a little spicy. You see how orange is here? That means telling you that the chili is spicy. I'm just gonna take the seeds, and I'm gonna go do the same thing with this one. Open it and then cut it here and take the seeds. Now that I remove all my seeds and everything, I'm gonna just chop my chili, and I'm gonna just hold it this size. And I'm just gonna do like strips and just cut it one more time like that, and just put it in my bowl. Do the same thing with this one. Still have a little couple over there, just remove it and do the same thing. So I have these ones ready. So I let my meat cool down for 10 minutes. As you can see, it's right here. What I'm gonna do, I don't need the garlic and I don't need the onions anymore. So I'm just gonna take this thing out, and I'm gonna get ready to make my salsa. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the juice to keep the flavor. So I'm gonna take 1 cup of juice. My trick for my meat, I didn't put a lot of water. I only put 1 cup, but because the meat releases juice, so we making it, it's just in the meat and the juice. So I'm gonna take 1 cup of juice from here, and this is gonna be for my salsa. You can use more, you can use less, but I'm gonna just take 1 cup, and I'm gonna use this one to blend my tomatoes. So I have my tomatoes here, and they're already cooked too, because I started cooking when I cook my meat. So I'm just gonna take this little part, but a lot of time they already peel. So I'm just gonna cut it in half, or maybe a couple pieces, and put it in my blender. Do the same thing with every single one. Have my chili too. I'm not gonna even peel. I'm just gonna do like that. Just cut it and put it there. And I have this little one, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Gonna put it in the blender. Then I'm gonna add my 2 garlics. And just put in my tomatoes. From there, I'm just gonna add my cup of broth. I'm gonna just put it there. I'm gonna use 4 spice. They're right here. Gonna add it right there. And then I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of cumins. They're right here. Just gonna add it there. And now the last thing to add is 1 teaspoon of salt. Now we're just gonna blend it. Now we're gonna reserve this one. I'm just gonna remove my meat out of the pot, and I'm just gonna put it in a bowl to cool it down a little bit. I still have some bread from here. So what I'm gonna just do, I'm gonna put it in this little cup, and I'm just gonna tray. And we're still gonna use this one. I'm just gonna reserve it. I'm just gonna cut like a quarter an onion, peel it and chop it. We're gonna use it for seasoning olive oil. So we have that much. You don't have to use it if you don't want to, but that will give you a very good flavor. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, or any oil you have. I'm gonna use my heat, a medium heat. I'm just gonna add my onions here, and I'm gonna just season for a little bit. My oil is still cold, so I'm just gonna let it heat up. I've been cooking my onions for like 2 or 3 minutes. To this point, I'm just gonna add my chiles pastillas and cook it for another couple minutes. So we're just gonna be leaving here for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. So I've been cooking my chiles for like 3 minutes. I'm just gonna add my tomatoes, my salsa, bring it to boil. Now that it's boiled, it's time add my meat. And as you can see, I traded a little bit, but not too much. I make like little small pieces. So as you can see, now I'm just gonna add it into my salsa. And we're just gonna cook it for another 10 minutes and it's done. I forgot to add my rest of my broth, so I'm just gonna add it. And we just come in and stir it, and we cover it back again. So my meat is done. As you can see, it's been boiled. It's been boiled for 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna turn it up and just let it cool down for another, I don't know, just to let it cool down a little bit because it's super hot, but it's ready to eat. You can eat this one with beans or rice. It's very delicious. Alright guys, so here's another recipe. Carne de puerco con chile. This is a little bit spicy for the one that likes spicy. So something very simple but delicious. It's not too hard. It's very simple. So hopefully you try it. Hasta la vista.